Good morning, Daily Attitude Universe. This is Robert Monaco, aka the Monster Messiah in WWE Attitude, and the owner of ECW on Tuesdays. I'm going to give you guys basically a little bit about me. So here we go. My mother was the late Angelina Monaco. She was born on August the 18th, 1960. She passed away January 2nd, 2005. My father, Robert Patrick Nowald, I don't know when he was born. All I know is that he died last year, 2012. Okay. I was born 6 pounds, 10 ounces at Bayonne, at Jersey City, New Jersey, in Jersey City Medical Center. Here's some of my family members. I have one deceased aunt and one deceased uncle. My deceased aunt's name was Rose Monaco. She probably would have been about 65, 66. Yeah, my Uncle Tommy. My Uncle Tommy was basically my father figure to me before he passed away when I think it was 94 or 92. So that's probably about, I was 5 or 7. So he was like my father figure for me when he was around me. My aunt and my uncle, the ones that I tell you guys about, her name is Helen Belowski. I'm not telling you much about her because I'm going to just keep it private. And my uncle is Mike Belowski. That's all I'm going to say. So whenever I refer to my uncle and my aunt, you know it's them. And my blood uncle, his name is Angelo Monaco. And he has 2 kids and he's married. So 3 days after I was born, my father left me. He left me and my mother alone without a father or a male role in the house. So I think it was age 2, or I don't remember the exact years, but I think it was until I was about 4. No, I was living in the park because my mother was living in the park because she didn't want to deal with no one in the house. My mother was lazy, but she was caring. But sometimes she was only about herself. Just letting you know that. Okay. About when I became 2, I believe my mother was put into the house I'm living in now, in Bayonne. Lived on the first floor, and I'm the only child from my mother. Let's see, what else? My mother then again left when I was 4, and basically she lived with one of her friends living around Bayonne for about 3 years till I was 7, and then we moved back to the house where I'm living at now. So this is basically my life now from 1994 until 2013 today. So I've been living on that block for 19 years. I'm a native Bayonne. So
where you go?
Library. Are you hiring yet or no?
No.
Alright, let me know if you are. Anyway, so I'm well known around Bayonne. Well known. People know me and I don't even know who they are at times. And that's a scary sight because you don't know who that person is, but yet they know you. So you get a little bit frightened. But anyway, let's see. Oh boy. About 5 minutes into this already. Wow. Let's okay. The game systems that I've owned was purchased by my Aunt Rosie, because she worked and she had money and she helped, you know, provide and took care of me. So she was like a second mother to me. My Aunt Helen was like a third mother to me. Now my Aunt Helen is probably the only mother figure in my life now. So, along other people that helped me out and guide me. So the game systems that I've owned were Super Nintendo, Game Boy Color, Game Gear, PlayStation 1, PS2, GameCube, and I have the Xbox 360 is the one I have currently. Yeah, I say my life was sucky because yeah, it kind of was. My childhood got sucky after my Aunt Rosie died. I think it was 2000, 2001, something around that time. So about 2000, 2001, my Aunt Rosie dies, and I was about, I was about 14 at the time. No, I was about to graduate 8th grade that year. I remember that. So I was about 13 or 14, 12 or 13. And you know how in your teenager years, when you're a teen, you try to have fun, you try to hang out with your friends and stuff. That wasn't like that for me. I had to take care of my mother, who had diabetes. She had no legs, and I had to take care of her every single day. Because once a homemaker left, a homemaker, you know, someone who helps to provide for your family, for a family member who can't support herself or himself. So basically, when they left, I had to take over and take care of my mother. Let me see. I had to cook, clean, and everything inside the house. I had to do everything by myself with no one's help. No one to show me or guide me, because my mother wouldn't allow anyone to teach me, but she thought that she was right and she knew everything. Sorry to say, I don't think she did, but she did her best. Graduated 8th grade, 2002. Then I went over to Bayonne High School for my high school years. My high school years were kind of good. Freshman year, I tried out for the wrestling team, made it. Then I stopped because it just lost interest in me. I pinned the state champion also in a exhibition get match in high school, and I just lost interest in it. My sophomore year was good because that's when I became the co-manager of the Bayonne High School varsity basketball team. So what that basically meant was I was the statistician. Shows you why I'm good with numbers and stuff. Basically, my job was to provide the assist total, the total of each stat, and then send it to him to put in the paper. My sophomore year. Also, no, it was my junior year. It was either my sophomore or my junior year. I witnessed kind of a crime, but it wasn't that big of a crime, because I saw a kid walking to school with knives, and a cop approached me, and I basically just told him, you know, I wasn't a snitch. I was doing my citizenship right, informing people that I saw a kid walking to school with knives. So I had to spend the rest of the day in the principal's office. It was good. But then there started rumors about me. Rumors that were false and inaccurate. The rumor was that I brought knives to school. And I was in the principal's office because they caught me. But that's not what happened. Now I told the right story. Hopefully you guys know that what I did, I didn't do. Alright, so let's keep going. What else? My junior year was probably my depressive year and my happiest year in one. I would say my junior year was probably the best year. It was probably my best year. Let's see. Let's see. It's sort of from around November, December-ish was my worst time. That's when my mother. This is the story of what happened. I'm going to continue this on part 2.